Sci-Town currently ranked 5th in SRL, which is an impressive feat. Homer
Ooh.
J Smash in the top 21 right now. Captain Green coming in the number 2 on SRL, hot off a win the other night in a Battle Royale match with some impressive competition. And Dr. J currently unranked, but certainly a veteran. And that is a nice early wood sword available at the level 3 location.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment that, that's a start screen that I don't often see very much in these flag sets. Usually we start, somewhere, a little bit more familiar. That particular screen, that one's really kind of sort of just there. It kind of blocks over those two spots over off on the left. But
We
anyway,
also
yeah.
have some quick information that Darknuts and Ropes have been shuffled up to the overworld. So have the Gyptos, so have the Stalpos. I think we've moved the whole overworld into dungeons, and the dungeons into the overworld is what it's looking like.
Yeah, so it looks like we're dealing with an open crypt today.
But that puts a lot of the bomb-dropping enemies from dungeons into the overworld.
That could be a factor.
Medium Secret's going to be a 35 today.
Not bad, not bad. Here we're up here, and it looks like there's another secret here, another medium secret at the Magic Sword location. Side-Town, of course, trying to go after that Armos item. We'll check over here. No, it's just a door repair charge. Captain Green gonna see what this Armos statue has.
We've got a level 8 sighting. Also, we talked about this earlier. You're going to need books for the hints. So all the old men going to say the same thing. And we see they're saying that they never learned to read as we find level 1 at the Vanilla Blue Ring Armos spot here. So level 1 and 8 are first located dungeons. How about that?
Now here's the thing, because we are dealing with second quest shapes here, so now we've got red bubbles, but level 1 is actually going to have less value than it usually does in, the first quest. Instead, it's only going to have actually it's only going to have one floor item because Hard Shuffle has not been added to the mix. So that means there's only going to be one standing item on the floor. Where in level 8 is going to have 2 in the staircases.
But did you see what our large secrets rolled to?
What did it roll to?
All of 64 rupees.
Ooh, yeah, that's definitely a poverty seed.
The medium secrets are nice, though, and there's going to be plenty of them with the first quest overworld, so you're probably going to be okay for money. The big question is, money for hits. You got to find the book for that to matter.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't know where our whiz robes are. We assume they're going to be in the dungeons, and we don't know where a red ring's going to be, so, a blue ring might not necessarily be off the table for our runners. The other thing to consider as well, too, is that there is going to be a potential of 2 bait blocks. One in level 3 and one in level 8. That could possibly be guarding something, so, they're going to need to have money in order to afford bait.
Got a level 5 sighting for Sci-Town. We did see a screen wrap to check the coast item. Homer did that earlier. I couldn't catch it, but it was dark, so it would have had to have been something like a shield, raft, or ladder. Something that blends into the background.
A shield because we're not dealing with a boomstick.
Well, okay, but I said like it. I didn't say it had to be.
Well, I'm just correcting you on that one. I'm just saying,
hey, there's our whiz
it's
robes.
possible it could be something like the bow, for example.
There's our whiz robes in 8.
Ooh, interesting level 5 here. We've got a starter palette. But it looks like we can go off to the left here with a secret passage to a room full of Pole's voices. Definitely not something you want to see a whole room of. Not at least not until you can find a bow.
Dr. J gonna grab the Triforce out of level 8. It's located up here at the level 6 entrance. Once again, this is a Pentaforce. They only need 5 pieces of Triforce to enter level 9. So there's going to be a lot of, possibly, you're looking for item more than you are Triforce.
Yeah, now of course it's also too. We don't know where the recorder is going to be, so picking up a piece, picking up a Triforce, whether you need it or not, is good. And you have to go back into the dungeon in order to dig it out for an item.
There
So even
is also the instance of an item that might not be required, but when you've got a dungeon shuffled there, it could, say, force the power bracelet or recorder, something like that.
yeah, that's always a possibility.
But we do know that we have to kill Ganon, so we're going to need the bow, the silver arrows. Usually you figure the ladder's going to be required.
Yeah, more often than not, it's going to be required. 16 is our small secret. That's actually quite nice.
Yeah, we're pretty decent on mediums and smalls.
There's
just
only
the
gonna
large
yeah,
that went
there's
down.
only going to be 3 large. So the fact that our medium and smalls have rolled, higher, that's actually a very good sign because you're going to be running into many more of them.
And they're going to want money for hints if we're able to get the book, because with them helpful, they can tell you which dungeons you have to dig, and considering you don't have to dig them all, knowledge is power.
Yeah, this room here with some blue whiz robes, kind of scary. See if Dr. J can get past them. It is a staircase,
bombs.
so no, can't bomb off to the left. Oh, potentially get caught in a pincer attack.
Well, it looks like our Octoroks here, of all things, have rolled up pretty significantly in HP. To me, that's something that's not trivial, because when you're used to something just dying in one hit and all of a sudden it's taking you 3, that's one of the most off-putting experiences you can get.
Yeah, for example, those gels and the keys, those are really nasty when they roll upward.
Yeah, it's like if the Dark Knight's take an extra 2 hits, okay, you're already used to stabbing them X many times. There's our blue ring for sale, cheap shield.
And
available if our runners have a surplus of money.
Map revealing the letter Z. I am Canadian, so it is the letter Z.
Well, it's Christmas. We'll overlook it this once. Right, so we've had a lot of exploration of the western half of the map. Not too much on the east yet, but Homer is heading in that direction.
Yeah, one of the problems with starting all the way out in the dead woods is that it makes it a little more difficult, at least until you get a ladder and you can screen scroll over. But it does definitely make it more difficult to get over to the east half of Hyrule.
Right, so a few bomb locations over here, but Scytown does not have any. A few Gibdos, though, might be able to get some to drop.
That's what he's hoping for.
Interesting, we've not seen a lot of shops yet, but included in that, we've not seen bombs for sale yet. Looks like Homer just picked up the Armos item, but I missed it. And Tracker says it's the wand, so that's a phenomenal early pickup.
That also does mean that the book is reduced significantly in its utility. So now you gotta, you have to make the decision of whether we want to live with wand flames or not being able to buy any hints.
I think helpful hints, and you only need part of the Triforce. It's still, for me, a pretty automatic play to get the book, because you're also talking about the utility in 9 of telling you, are the silvers there? Are they elsewhere? Those kind of things. If you have to full clear the dungeons, there's not as much value, I agree, but when you only need partial, I really think that treats the hints flag well.
Yeah, knowing what dungeons.
Trying to get some bombs, and he does. That's a welcome sight.
Now there's a hint shop.
Over here next to the coast item screen. And that's the red ring.
Yeah.
So we know where defense is if we get a ladder.
The question is, where is that ladder?
Well, I'd say probably at this point, it's probably in one of those dungeons.
You mean like level 6, maybe?
There's like, I don't know, a 1 in 9 chance of that.
Well, if it was in level 6, then it would be pretty vanilla.
Actually, that's an interesting point that we've seen 4 levels now, I think, maybe only 3, but no dungeon items yet. We've seen 1, 5, and 8 with no dungeon items thus far. But that wand is definitely going to help out Homer. He's the first one to
3.
pick it up, and how long is he going to have this advantage for? Because no one else has gotten over there yet. I say that, Captain Green gets here.
And Sighthound's going to shortly follow. That's interesting, though, that Sighthound is not prioritizing checking out the dungeons. 3 is a relatively small dungeon, even though it does have that potential bait block. But I guess you really can't do a whole lot without maybe some keys or something like that.
So we've got all of our runners have actually piled up a decent chunk of money right now. When you're in this phase where you're closer to 200 than you aren't, it's probably a good time to buy something. I gotta figure they're thinking blue candle more than anything right now because we've not found any of the choose any's yet.
Well, here we go. We found our bait block. And it looks like the level 3 bait block is not going to be required.
Where is our candle shop? So it has to be in an open cave. That leaves we've not been all the way up to Death Mountain, of course. And then there's a couple up here on the northeast that you're going to want to check out.
It looks like Sightdown is going to, check out a few screens in level 6, get a lay of the land. There's a key on the floor right away. That's good to see. Ooh, and it looks like, well, those are average HP, because they usually require a white sword hit to take down. And, oh, shoot, but we get a heart container, so that's not bad. We do have the, what do you call it, the white sword cave. That's still in play, and it could contain an important item, so anywhere between 4 and 6 hearts.
Yeah, no white sword item located yet. Also, no shop selling bombs or candles yet.
Oh,
Just one
look
of
at
those.
the Triforce is all the way up there, and it looks like we've got ourselves a ladder block right away.
Well, that'll slow us down for now. What do we have through this staircase? Homer does not have the Triforce out of 8 yet. Everybody was getting that pretty early, so I think this is the Yeah, that's the Triforce room.
Yeah, we can bomb upwards into this shoot room here. And this room potentially could have, well, yeah, actually this room could potentially have and it does. Do we have an item or do we have a staircase? We have a staircase.
Level 6 being level 6.
Well, level 6 is going to contain, one item staircase, and I think it's 2 corridor staircases.
I didn't check on the staircase flag, but I wouldn't take for granted that
Here's the thing, though, that we haven't seen a lot of lately. For those of us who are familiar with shapes, know that there's only one room in the game that has, a dark room, and that's Ganon's. But of course, because we are dealing with second quest, that means that also the rooms have also been shuffled, dark or light.
Alright, so it's a walk-through wall situation in level 6 as we are still hunting for progress in this dungeon. And did the segment turn out to be nothing except the map? Might even... Oh, the
Yeah, there's our white sword
item is a heart.
Unfortunately, not what they wanted to see.
Yeah, it's probably going to de-emphasize the heart collection for the runners. But right now, what they'd really love to see is a choose any so they could get a candle, because there's a whole bunch of bushes we have not gotten to explore yet. And hello, Petra!
You don't want to see a Patra. And yeah, that room with the whiz ropes there in level 5 and the spiral staircase, that's gonna be a tough one to get past.
No one has thus far, and probably worth noting that between our 4 runners, we have only 2 keys. There's that key door on the right, but nobody's been through it yet.
Oh, that patch is especially difficult since it's starting out. Since you're coming down from the top, you don't have enough HP to get all the way to a proper spot. You might have to come back with some more HP or a red ring, which might be difficult. And look at that, we do have a take any spot here for Dr. J, and we got a
But he-
Triforce back up in level 3.
He took the heart, though. I am a little surprised at that. Maybe he's figuring there's too few caves left for this candle shop to be in. He certainly has enough
good
money.
point.
But that's usually a pretty common play from runners that first choose any. If they haven't found a candle shop yet, they go ahead and take the candle. I do like that he's leaving the secret behind, though, because it just no reason to overflow your money. Although, he might not have from that point, or at least not by much. Medicine shops, no dice. I'm very curious to see him get up to these northeast screens, because it's one of the few open caves we've not seen yet. We've got 3 over here. The dead-end tree, the normal secret of 100, and also the normal letter cave. And there's 9.
9's on the coast.
So, very big piece of information for Captain Green. He is the first to find out where that is. Wood arrows were an okay price. Just under 70 rupees. A couple runners picking it up without a bow. I'm not one who commonly does that.
Well, the bow is still pretty useful, even if you don't have the silver arrows. And it looks
Yes,
like,
but we don't have the bow. They bought the arrows without the bow, is what I'm
can't go
saying.
any further in level 5. So for Sighttown, there is a floor drop here in level 3. Normally contains the magic boomerang. Let's hope it contains something better than the magic boomerang.
Letter Cave says the letter.
Oh, well, there we go. We've got a raft. Not the best item that you want to see, but you know what? At this point in time, there's still, quite a few checks to make. Makes routing, along the coast a little bit more convenient.
And not that many places left that are eligible to have the candle shop. And what I'm referring to is to pass the sanity check, you got to be able to get to one without requiring either the candle or a bomb. Triforce in 3 for Sighttown.
I don't
2
believe
fifths of the way there.
I don't believe we've seen a play up to Eastern Death Mountain. The shop
This is
next to
Homer's about to
level
get to
9.
one.
Yeah. There we go. So Sighttown taking a candle.
I think it's the same one where we saw Dr. J actually take the heart, so that was the first choose any we've located. Question in chat, basically what can be in 9, and important items can be in 9. So the bow could be in level 9 today. The silvers are not forced there. They could be in level 4, for example, which Homer's just found for us. So this was west of level 9 entrance, or Death Spectacle Rock, whatever I'm trying to say.
Yes, it is. This is where I was thinking the candle might have been, but it clearly is not. It is just level 4.
So we've definitely not seen the White Sword Cave. That might actually be the last one.
Oh.
Actually, there is one more I think we haven't seen, which is northeast of Vanilla 8. Those are the 2 I'm not sure of right now. by the way, is not the most friendly candle shop location.
Do we find the candle shop location?
No, but I think we're
No.
down to just 2 spots.
Ooh. Well, there we did find a take any roads, so that's good. Oh, and one of them is vanilla. But the good news is, though, is that you can be able to get in there with a block clip, so it's not the worst.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he explored that, but I guess because of the block clip.
So I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what? You know where I don't.
There it
think we've
is,
checked?
Vanilla 5.
Vanilla 5 is our candle. I was gonna say I don't think we've checked Vanilla 1 yet.
That was a blue ring shop.
Ah, okay, yeah. So we have checked it.
But also noteworthy, we've not seen bombs for sale. Which is going to feel bad if it's the rare item. Right, Scytown sees that candle, but he has already picked one up.
Check and see what's up here, up from the start. Nope, just actually, I believe that was one of the hints.
All their hints are just gonna say, or all the would-be old men are just gonna say, I never learned to read unless and until you pick up a book. And if so, they could tell you exactly where something like the bow, the silvers are. They don't have to, but they could.
There's also old men hanging out in level 9. Although I don't think with second quest you have as many.
Yeah, but the right hint there just makes such a difference. I mean, finding the silver hints is one of the best things you could get.
Oh, I was
Leave your
about
money
to
or your
mention the
life,
mugger
or we're
room.
just gonna go zombie option. You want to explain that?
Yeah, zombies. So if you have 3 heart containers, and you know take the or if you have your heart container taken away, the game doesn't drop you to 2 heart containers. It actually drops you down to 0 health, which means that you become a one-hit wonder. Now there are modes where you start with less than 3 heart containers, and you can lose heart containers all the way up to 1. I believe 1 is the very minimum that you can have remaining. If you don't have any heart containers remaining after that, the game would just be like the game would be broken. I mean, it would be impossible to win.
Isn't that how Todd Rogers set the world record? I'm sorry. Sorry I went there. Level 5 for Scytown. A lot of Pole's voice hanging around in these dungeons. It would be nice to have the bow and arrow.
No, Poe's voice in level 5, not completely off limits. They're used to hanging out in there. Unfortunately, well, in the vanilla level 5 for second quest, that is where the bow is hanging out. It could actually even be inside that, Wizrobe room, but unfortunately, with the amount of health that the runners have, Captain Green and Dr. J in a little better situation than Scytown and Homer J. Smash.
Hey, there's some bombs for sale. It's a nice price at only 17 rupees, and not too far away from our starting location, so that much is nice.
That's
But meanwhile, we have Captain Green in level 2, and he just learned that it's a segmented level 2. Because why not?
Now, of course, level 2 second quest, the letter A, is going to have a staircase item. And it naturally has a segment. There's one segment in level 2.
But still, it's Randomizer.
Let's put it this way: if it's a vanilla second quest level 2, it's always going to have that one segment.
All right, Captain Green exploring the walls because you don't want to miss one where you can just walk through it.
This is one of the levels that you can have walk through walls. Levels 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Those all can have walk through walls, and 9 as well.
That is quite the room for Homer. Got the Wizards bouncing around, a moat room, bubbles getting in your way.
Yeah, the bubbles
It's
are the worst.
madness.
Bubbles taking away your sword, and those Wizrobes, unfortunately, only can be hit with your sword or bombs. And it looks like the Wizrobe is teleporting away a little too quickly.
You can always leave the room and see if he respawns or if something else takes priority. But if you've already invested a bomb, then he probably is eager to finish it off. Had a raft check for Scytown, but I didn't notice anything special there.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Unfortunately, when you have shuffled caves, raft tends to become, a little bit more on the useless side, unless, of course, you have one of those seeds where it's totally required. It's like with the power bracelet, although the power bracelet does have 4 checks you can make. And here we go, we've got a bomb upgrade, and it is, ooh, that's the maximum amount.
That's a nice little present today.
Unfortunately, it's going to be put to use because, oh, look at that, we've got Wizrobes right afterwards.
Now, Dr. J is the first one to come into this Patra room armed with the wand, so he gets to dual wield here. You stab the little flying Patras with both the sword and wand, take it down faster. He's handling this so well. This is a very challenging room for a Patra.
Yeah, if he gets hit once, it's back to start for Dr. J, and there we go.
The last one! That hurts. Did so good. Had it down to the last little flying dude.
It looks like these Wizrobes rolled down. I think. Either
Something
that
had
or
to,
at
in
least they didn't
theory.
roll upwards.
I saw 3 wood sword hits before he bombed it, so I didn't get a full count.
Smash gets rid of the Wizrobes, is rewarded with an Aquamentus.
I think that's a trade up, personally. I'll trade in a Wizrobe room for an Aquamentus room.
Especially if it's got a key and a potential item. It does have a potential item, and it is the Recorder. Ooh, that's nice to have. Now, we're dealing with First Quest Overworld, so the Recorder doesn't have as much utility in the Overworld aside from bouncing between dungeons. But it will prevent Dig Doggers from, messing up your plans.
Captain Green has his Triforce out of 2, but still doing some exploration here. Again, we do know we're looking for bow and silvers. They could, in theory, both be in 9.
Now, level 4 does have one more item in a staircase, because this is a second quest. So the silvers could still be here in level 4. The ladder could be here in level 4. The bow could be here in level 4.
Looks like we can rule out raft being required today, as Dr. J rules out the eastern location. We've been taunted for a while with the knowledge of the Red Ring, but no ladder, but Captain Green has just found it, and that's gonna feel good.
So that's a ladder in level 2.
It is. It's our first big point of progress. It'll help some navigation through these dungeons. It gives Captain Green the Red Ring anytime he chooses to go pick it up.
If he remembers to go pick it up. And speaking of which, it looks like, well, there's a block there. We don't know if there's anything past this.
So that took having the candle for. We've only seen the one take any where you could pick up a candle, and we found the one candle shop at level 5. So that's why only 2 of our runners currently have the blue candle. 30 minutes in, that's pretty late to be without a candle in most seeds.
Oh, and look at that. That was a potentially ladder block Triforce. Actually, no, I guess not. That was his regular spawn point. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Captain Green is actually getting into Magic Sword territory. He'd need one more for the minimum chance, though we have not actually seen the sword yet. But just knowing by count that you're one away from having a shot at it. And he has exactly what he needs to pick up the red ring from the ghost. Chad pointing out Homer's still at 3 hearts, which I think is really born out of not a lot of dungeon exploration, as Sidetown's going to be our second runner to pick up the ladder on stream. Homer's still trying to find his way through some dungeons where he can make progress. That's been limited so far. Of course, getting that wand is great, but really needs a candle for more exploration, and we were having a hard time getting bombs as well in the early going of this seed.
Yeah, this is where dipping dungeons early could have helped a little bit. Now here's where our final take any spot is, and it's over here in the forest. So that's actually not too bad, because if I remember correctly, one of them is actually close to start.
So between 3 of our 4 runners on stream, they have 2 keys. Come on. Meanwhile, Captain Green has 5. There's a bit of an imbalance there.
Well, this is second quest, and keys are definitely a lot more rare on the second quest.
Homer has finally picked up his candle here at 31 minutes, so going to be able to do a little bit more exploration now than he could before. We, of course, know that that candle leads to the ladders, so 99% required.
It is of note, too, that I do believe level 7 is still outstanding.
We've not seen any recorder checks yet.
Well, there's only
We've
one
got
recorder
several
check.
other types of checks we can do as well.
Yeah. Well, there's only one recorder check, and that is the vanilla level 7 spot for the first quest.
Yeah. Well, you start mixing the first and second quest. Who knows what madness happens, but Sidetown's into level 1. He's got the ladder. He's got a key. Hopefully that's enough to get all the way through this one. Also armed with the wand, so we've got some firepower here too.
I don't believe we've seen the floor drop here in level 1, if I'm not mistaken.
I do not have either item down for 1.
Well, there's only one item in level 1. Because we're dealing with second
first
quest.
Second quest. First quest, second quest, next quest.
What do you mean you
That
can't
quest.
go back and forth between first and second quest on a whim? And that's a power bracelet.
Bracelet. Nice croissant would sound good right now, but opens up a couple locations for Sidetown.
Possibly level 7.
But we've seen it. We've seen that there was a vanilla any road by the graveyard, so that's one of the locations off the board already.
Now, there's only 4 locations, since again we're dealing with the first quest, Overworld. And there's the Triforce out of 1.
Nice clean dungeon, got through it quick there. Triforce number 3 out of 5 required. And then it begs the question, do you go straight to 9 if you've got the Triforces to get in, and then just explore and hope?
Well, you may just want to explore just to get a lay of the land. Now, the second quest level 9 is not nearly as terrible as first quest level 9. There's only, I believe, 2 or 3 staircases. And just the way that it is a smaller level overall. It's
the Dongo prancing around. He was guarding the wood boomerang.
Hey, all hail Lord Banana. There's the Triforce.
And nice to get out of 6. Always nice to get out of 6. Whether it's fast, whether it's long, getting out of it is a real win.
Yeah, he's not, and of course, Captain Green's not going to need to worry about going back into level 6 at all. That's one of the great things about No Heart Shuffle is you really don't need to go back for that extra heart container.
Homer's going to pick up the raft. We already know that's not required in any way. But good to find the dungeon item and be moving on to the Triforce.
Now, one good thing about having the red ring is that it means that room back in level 5, the spiral staircase, that's going to be, runner's going to be able to survive that.
Now, Captain Green has 4 pieces of Triforce and has just entered level 5 with the raft, so he's very likely about to face that very dilemma of, do you go 9? Do you keep looking through the other dungeons first? As Homer is working through the any roads.
I would say not quite. If you have one of the 2 pieces of the items necessary, either the boat or the silvers, I'd say go for it, but have both of them missing. My gut instinct tells me that there's no way that both of them could be in level 9. I mean, they could still very well be, but here is a staircase. I was going to say here's an item. No, it's just a staircase. But it's a staircase that leads to a part of the dungeon that I don't think we've seen before.
Alright, so for my incomplete notes, I don't have an item for 3, 5, obviously not 7 or 8 yet.
Actually, no, I think we have...
I'm sorry, we have Raft for 3.
Yeah, Raft for 3. Okay, this is the area that... it looks like this is the area that Sidetown had just been in. And here's our other staircase, or is this the return staircase? No, this is the other staircase. There's the Gleeok. Gleeok is probably not going to have anything of value except maybe a key. And this looks like this is going to be our item here for Sidetown. What have we got? It is... the white sword.
Well, it's an upgrade, so we'll take more combat.
But it is definitely makes it easier to cut through those enemies. It's looking like our progression might be in level 8.
We've got 7, 8, and 9 for our unknown items, and we've got to have bow and silvers between them. With, I think, still a chance of 4?
Yeah, that's right. 4
1 out of 2.
Has an item remaining. Yeah, 4, 7, and 8 still have items outstanding. And of course, one of those items is our magical any key, which I think any of these runners here would love to see at this point, considering how key-starved. Well, maybe not for Captain Green, but for everybody else, they're definitely running low on the key department, so that magic key would be very, very, very useful.
5 is not a good number of keys. I mean, it's okay if you're going into level 9, but
you know what?
Other than that...
Yeah, I was going to say, well, considering the amount of keys that have it in this seed, 5 is probably as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, I was going to say, relative to what we have in this seed, though, it looks great. It's not good, but it still looks great by comparison.
Anytime you're dealing with second quest, expect to be key-starved.
I just expect to be key-starved as a default state. Yeah, for most of our runners, I don't even think they've seen the number get crooked yet. I'm not sure anybody else has had 2.
So it looks like the bait's not required all across the board in this seed.
Set down, just cruise on past the compass. Still looking for items in 8. This is our odds-on best play outside of 9 for having one of the required items.
Ooh, and there's nothing down... I believe we could still go down a little bit further.
Well, there is, of course, the randomizer logic in shapes. The top has to touch the bottom, and there in level 4 is the magic key!
Dr. J has the free pass to get through whatever door he wants, except for maybe the princess's door.
got all the keys. That leaves us not having our items for 7, 8, and 9. So forget everything I said earlier. Now when it's 2 and 5 chance for either of the items to be in 9, I think you have to go 9. I don't think you explore anywhere else if you've got the Triforces.
I would still try and dig out at least one item in level 8. Now here's an item this could be a possible item. Just take down the Sacramentus. It does move. We have any items? No, we don't. Just another staircase. Level 8 second quest is just as bad as level 9 first quest.
So our exploration continues. We need bow, we need silvers. We only need 5 pieces of Triforce to get into level 9. That's what Captain Green has, and so his exploration has begun at the 40-minute mark. Dr. J leaving the bomb upgrade behind with enough money to pick it up.
I think Dr. J wants to use up some of these bombs first before going back and refilling. We do get a secret door over here, and oh, more whiz robes. And we do have a level 9 in Captain Green's side here.
Yeah, he entered here just over a minute ago. We are looking for bow and silvers. We also do not have the book, which doesn't have a lot of value at this point. And we do not have the magic boomerang.
Now, of course, again, this being, second quest shapes, there's going to be a lot of fake outs. Because a lot of us were used to dealing with randomized shapes, so when we see the screen go dark, we think, oh no, there's Ganon. But nope. It's going to be a lot more dark rooms in this.
So a very good question in chat. They thought the bow cannot be in level 9. Under most flags you play, that will be the case. There is a flag that allows for important items to be in 9, however. That is enabled tonight. So under tonight's rules, it is possible. Here's Ganon. And Captain Green has no means to kill Ganon right now, so this is just exploration.
But that is good to know where Ganon is located.
Well, hey, the path through might require that bomb wall anyways, so... Hey, Zelda! Right next door to Ganon.
There's a dig dogger. This, unfortunately, cannot have a staircase because of that shutter door.
You gotta take some extra bombs, though. That's never a bad thing. So... We still do not have level 7 located, which is significant. There's a lot of checks we've not done, however, because we were so late to get the candle. Very few of those candle spots have been explored. And we do also have the recorder location.
Now, interestingly enough, Homer J. Smash is the only one who has that recorder.
Yeah, so everybody else dealing with some different pieces that they don't necessarily have the information to. Dr. J is quite happy to pay a key toll, and he has literally all the keys.
No, Dr. J might be in a position to find that recorder, since we know the recorder's here in level 4. Now, the recorder could be interesting if we have a situation where the silvers or the bow is dig dogger blocked, or if we do have the level 7 that contains a bow or silver arrows in the original level 7 spot.
Triforce out of 6 for Psytown is gonna be number 5 and give him the option of going into level 4. Captain Green's got about 4 minutes of exploration into this level 9 right around that. Still has not found one of the 2 item spots yet. Has located Ganon, has located Zelda. And the exploration continues as we are still in need of a bow and silver arrows to fire. Alternate path to Zelda that we don't need.
Well, that's an up and A away. So
It's one room away from Ganon. You're gonna go one room over and then one room down to Zelda. It's through the bomb wall, down one. That's Zelda.
well, you know what? If you didn't actually explore that area beforehand, then it could be an easy win.
Yeah, that's true. It could be an information tiebreaker. We've certainly seen races decided by less.
We've seen some ridiculous races in our time.
So at the point where I'm kind of keeping an eye on the IRC, because it certainly could happen at any point that one of the other players in this weekly finds the answer to the puzzle. But right now, you gotta like Captain Green's position, if not actual result yet. He's got over half this 9 explored now, still with no items located. And even if it's not the answer, then he gets that information before anybody else.
Yeah, that's really the main benefit of a level 9 dig. I mean, again, with this particular level 9, it's probably not the worst since it's not as bad as some of the other level 9. We do have a staircase, just a staircase.
Remember when we were 30 minutes in and Homer only had 3 hearts?
Yeah.
And technically he paid a heart toll, so it was 2 if you wanted to count that. No, it was 3. But anyways, Homer has picked up some hearts now.
And is about to pick up that. Nope, that's not where the ladder's located.
I think the transport was required, though.
Here we go. Here's this possible staircase.
Question, is this the first Zelda? This is Legend of Zelda for the NES, but randomized. Of course, Second Quest has often been referred to as the original Randomizer. Oh, that was the one-way transport in 9. Fun times.
That's a quick way back to Zelda.
No, Jiggly. Alright, still looking for our required items. Homer has located the ladder, which is going to feel like a very welcome sight at 47 minutes.
With that, we also have Sidetown here in level 9.
Alright, this Captain Green got here just past the 40-minute mark, so this is about 7.5 minutes later that Sidetown enters, and still Captain Green does not have one of the 2 items to show for his exploration so far. That shows you a pretty significant pathway through this 9 that for that much time invested. Because this has not been combat. He's not taken a death. It's just been that much exploration.
That's right. Captain Green doesn't have the any key, so he's going to be prioritizing ways around those locked doors.
4 is an okay number, I feel, for 9. It's not comfortable, but going in with 4 is pretty decent.
Well, that's one of the difficulties with having limited keys in level 9 is, sometimes it works out that you manage to find the right path, and oh wow, okay, there we go. That's one way to get past. Now this could possibly I guess this can't be a room. Let's have more wall masters. But this one, does it close? Nope, it doesn't close, so there could possibly be the item in this triple bar room here.
Well, we're running out of rooms for it to be in, so gonna have to run across it eventually. It is required to have 2 items in here. In some form or fashion.
It is the bow.
Okay, that's part of our puzzle. Now we need the silvers. We are down to a 1 in 3 chance at this point, though.
And you know what? Captain Green is better be hoping that it's not going to be a level 7 dig. Now this could also possibly contain our item. Might have bow and silvers right next to each other.
I'll tell you, even if you found that the silvers weren't here, I don't think you're going to feel too bad now that you know at least one of them was here. Because then, even if somebody found the other pieces, that's the red candle. If somebody found the other piece in 7 or 8, you know they're going to have to come look for that bow, so you still have that going for you. And you're going to be able to get back to Ganon quickly.
Yeah, so now Captain Green's got to make a decision. Remember, Captain Green does not have the recorder, so can't check under Recorder Lake. So it really means search for 7 or go back to 8. It looks like he's going back to 8.
Yeah, I think you have to. There's just so many locations that we've not been to yet. Searching for level 7 is not a minor undertaking versus you have a dungeon, you've not seen either of 2 items here. It's twice as likely to be the answer. Not that I'm doing math, because I'm live on Twitch and it'll always betray you.
Yeah, what do they say about math on Twitch?
It'll always betray you. Right, Sci-Town.
Apologies to anybody named Math on Twitch.
I'm gonna move on. Sci-Town's exploring through this level 9. And Homer has finished up in 2, looking for other options. And has enough Triforces to go into 9 now. But looks like this is a red ring pickup. Because Homer did just get the ladder less than 10 minutes ago. Right, so Captain Green is exploring level 8. Has 5 keys in the bank to explore this with, and knows that you do not need a single key at this point for level 9. May need it for 7, but I think you're spending any keys that it looks like you might need to right away, no hesitations. And 5 actually is a pretty decent number for exploring a couple dungeons with, as Dr. J picks up the Triforce at a level 3. And Homer enters level 9 at the 52-minute mark. So this is about 12 minutes behind when Captain Green did, and about 5 behind Sci-Town. Very approximately, of course. Jay exploring 6. In 6, we found the wood boomerang earlier, so this will not be the answer that Dr. J is looking for. As Sci-Town becomes the 3rd runner. No, he's already been through here. He's already knew that was Ganon. Probably worth noting you can still stun Ganon. He's just gonna sit there, though, if you don't have the silvers. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah, he's gonna be finish me off. I can't.
Then he comes back to life and he ruins your day and you don't get any Christmas cookies and it's all wrong. Sci-Town continues to explore 9, so does Homer. Jay is in 6. Captain Green already been through 9 and knows that the silver arrows are not there, but the bow is.
Now the silver arrows could be in this room here.
We know there's only 3 locations left from our vantage point that the silvers could be in. I think it's more like 4 for Captain Green because he doesn't have the recorder. Or probably 5 then. Because he doesn't have the recorder, he's missing level 7. And then 2 here in 8. And Dr. J is going to pick up the wood boomerang.
Okay, so here, this could definitely be a room. You'll know this because there is an item on the floor down there, and it is the book.
I'm a little surprised he's picking it up, but I don't entirely blame him.
He may
In
he
fact, I
may
don't
be
blame him.
thinking about making a play for the Silver Arrows hint.
He's got the money, and if any of the level... And no, level 9 hints wouldn't do you any good. They would just say lies elsewhere.
Well, the book definitely comes in handy with these land molas.
I mean, as long as you're not planning to run into your own fire, it's not that bad.
Okay, and unfortunately, Captain Green doing an about face in that room with only one heart container left. That was probably where the silver arrows were located, but he didn't have any health.
Well, we know 50-50 at this point. Captain Green does not. And probably just doesn't want to leave the level behind.
I mean, we know it's the silver arrows because he had 1 HP left and he had to do an up and A. Because there's no way he could have survived that Patra room.
You make a good point. Meanwhile, Homer has actually found the bow significantly faster than Captain Green did. This
Ooh.
only took him a couple of minutes, and he's right near the red candle as well. So he's quickly going to find out the silvers
what?
are not here and move on to
could
other
be
ground.
interesting. That would actually make a pretty decent comeback for Homer J. Smash.
And, I mean, Homer is the only one of our on-stream runners that has the recorder, so... I mean, forget odds. I want to see him try the recorder. It's your best possible play right now. At least from our vantage point. And there's the red candles. Now Homer knows it is not in 9. Look at that map, how much less he explored. Captain Green totally covered the western side of the dungeon. Homer didn't even go over there at all, and he knows everything he needs to about that 9 now.
Yeah, it's pretty good routing on Homer's side.
I mean, this is how well that 9 worked out for Homer. Scytown has just found the bow and entered level 9 about 5 minutes earlier. So, the hunt is on for the silver arrows. We have 3 runners now with the bow. Captain Green found it first, Homer second, and then Scytown, the most recent, to locate it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Homer J is, digging out level 6 for, unfortunately, that boomerang. So, he's going to lose a little bit of time there on the hunt. And he's still trying to find that second item here in level 8.
The first was the book. Captain Green, the only one to find it so far, so the only one who has access to hints. Now, he does not have a lot of money right now. But here's the other thing it could do for him. We were just thinking in terms of actually telling him where the silvers are. It could potentially tell him where level 7 is.
Nice candle boost. Unfortunately, just another... That is the problem with level 8, is there's so many staircases.
But with the bow and arrows now, these pulse voices are trivial.
That's her second.
And there it is!
Silver arrows! Captain Green is in go mode.
And this is going to be a very quick go mode. It's a quick path to Ganon. Zelda's right next door. We're going to see Captain Green done very quickly.
There's also a take any road that leads straight there.
And it's not far from start. So no one... I'm sorry, Scytown is in the right level. Homer did not pick the right level.
So for those of you who are hoping to see level 7, unfortunately, we're not going to get a chance to see.
We never know where it is.
Well, Dr. J just found the step ladder, so it is very possible.
It doesn't have the recorder, though. And here's Ganon.
We also never saw a magic sword, so...
Yeah, there's a lot of this overworld we didn't explore, most of it behind the candle. And a lot of the bomb walls on Northeast. Red ring to do battle with Ganon is very welcome for Captain Green here, who's having some trouble getting the stun lock.
I was
Gets the
gonna
push
say,
off.
look at that. Captain Green has been almost everywhere in that level 9.
Still not getting the stun lock. This Ganon's being evasive today.
There we
Captain
go.
Green knows the pattern, follows it through. Triforce obtained. And it's 2 rooms away to Zelda. As long as he doesn't take 26 bops of fire, he's okay. That's GG. Captain Green, our winner. First place time, 1 hour and 18 seconds. Captain Green definitely brought his A game tonight. As far as our other runners, Scytown's really in the best position, being in 8 where we know the silvers are.
Yeah,
For
unfortunately,
Homer,
J
he
smashed.
just needs the silvers, but he's got to go back to 8. Dr. J has not yet been into 9. Scytown just located the book, which is the first item. Gonna take it. And looks like we got Captain Green joining us here. So how about that level 9, huh?
Yeah, that was a near full clear there, which is it's one of those funny 9s where, of course, it throws Ganon and Zelda at you in like the first 5 rooms when you're looking for the item.
So I'm a little curious about the book pickup, because obviously you didn't have that many choices left. Were you getting it in hopes that a wandering old man would give you a useful hint, or were you going to actually make a hints play had the book not been in 9? Or not in... Had the silvers not been in 8. There we go.
Yeah, if the silvers hadn't been in 8, then I was going to world wrap over to the hint shop and hope to get lucky. Because I hadn't even found 4 or 7 yet, and they're both pretty big levels in second quest, so if I had a hint to narrow it down, that would have been a huge help.
4 was up west of Spectacle Rock, and we have not seen 7. My going theory is that it's probably under a candle bush because we were so late to find that. So Homer's going to get the magic key. Remind me, did you make the... choose any, get the candle, or did you make a purchase of a candle?
I did choose any. Yeah, I found that before the candle shop.
Yeah. We only found the one at level 5. Triforce out of 2 for Dr. J. That's going to be number 4 of the 5 he needs to get into 9. Has already been into level 8 where we know the silvers are, so not likely to go back there. Jiggly, any questions for Captain Green?
No, not particularly. Although I will say though that you had a almost a complete full clear of level 9, but with Homer J Smash, they found the bow like almost right away.
Yeah, if I had just kept going up on the right side, I would have found it faster too. But I think I ran into a key door or something, and I'm like, okay, I'll just up A and try the other half.
It's a classic case of, well, there's a key door, but I've only got like 4 keys, so I'm going to go around that. And I noticed that that's probably what usually ends up causing a lot of problems. But then you also have the reverse is true. You have the magic key, and you just keep going through locked door after locked door, and you completely avoid the correct path. So it's interesting how, it's sort of like a metagaming with that.
If you get the chance to see Homer's level 9, you're going to be disgusted.
It's definitely one of those things where, because keys are so precious in second quest levels in particular, I want to try and save them whenever possible.
I mean, logically, that is the correct answer.
So a little hot streak for you here. 2 days in a row, you picked up the win in the Battle Royal. Now the weekly tonight. How you feeling about your Z1 overall right now?
Pretty good. I've been doing well in that, doing well in weeklies as well. Yeah, I'm happy with how I'm playing right now, for sure.
Well, anything else you want to share with the listeners at home? And or viewers. You know, I won't discriminate.
I don't think so. Just thanks to you, Trenton and Jiggly, for the commentary. And Chester tracking, I assume. And thanks everyone who was watching.
And thank you for a good show, Captain Green, as Scytown has just located the silvers and Homer has just located the book. Scytown's going to be going for Ganon right now. And again, it's an all-out blitz here. While we were talking to Captain Green, we did have a finish in second place. Thurwolf turned in a 104.33. So that was just a phenomenal run for Captain Green. You got a lot done for not finding those 2 dungeons. And for the second time tonight, here's Ganon. Scytown was the second into level 9. Down to just a heart, but uses the potion. And we'll try and pick up Ganon again for the stun lock. For the open room, he's being evasive tonight. If you've never seen the Visible Ganon, I strongly recommend it. It's quite entertaining, if nothing else.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder why they decided to make Ganon invisible.
Because then they only had to draw the 8 poses. They didn't have to do motion.
Why 8 poses? Why do you
Well,
need
however many poses.
8? Yeah, like
So that it would look like he was moving. It was discount animation GG Scytown.
they could figure out how to do it. That's what it was.
Well, it's a lot less resource intensive, and that was very much a thing on the NES. Third place for Scytown, a 106.37. And while Captain Green was in here, he did thank Chessjerk, and I want to echo that. Thank you, Chessjerk, for doing our tracking tonight.
Look at that. Dr. J has found level 7.
Oh, where was it? I want to know
I
the
don't
answer to
know.
this now.
I actually do not know. Does anybody know? It obviously wasn't under Recorder Lake because Dr. J does not have that recorder.
Yeah, well, the odds were it was Candle Play, anyways. Hints. Goma creeps with the boomerang. Oh no! Homer left 8 with just the 1 item! Homer, what you doing? And it was not many rooms away. I wonder if he took a death and then opted to leave. Because that's hard to imagine. Meantime, we've got finishes happening. We have Sish Crusher, who turned in a 4th place time of 107.35. Dr. J picks up the Triforce out of 7, now has the option to go into level 9. But again, it needs the silvers out of level 8. And we have Fury SK coming across the line in 5th with a 108.29.
And the magic boomerang has been located.
Well, I mean, considering that was the only place left for it.
Well, now we know exactly where it is, and only 1 room left of the start.
Okay, there we go. It was 1 east of Vanilla Start. So it
Yeah,
was Candle blocked level 7.
Yeah. So actually, that's not too bad, though, because that means even if you are barking up the wrong tree, that's a pretty quick check.
Right into the forest. There's our second bomb shop. So good news is there's at least 3 of them, but we only ever found 1 of them before that.
But we did find our second candle shop, and of course it was underneath a candle spot.
Homer J. Smash has just found another heart. You touched on this earlier, but we never actually found the magic sword.
Yeah. I'm wondering if our magic sword was actually underneath the recorder lake.
By the way, we have Dig Shake finishing 6th place with a 109.18. So who finds what they need first? Homer needs to be back into level 8. Dr. J is probably going to explore 9 and find the bow. It is kind of interesting, though. You wouldn't usually see too often a scenario where needing 2 items, runners leave level 8 behind, but it's just kind of the way this seed took everybody today. Because, I mean, it was not just our runners on stream. Our second place finish was 4 minutes behind Captain Green, so even without seeing it, obviously it was the same thing, where Thorwolf must have gone into 9 without the silvers.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, level 8 second quest is pretty large level. I mean, like I said before, I'd argue that the level 8 second quest is true level 9.
Only difference being it does have the 2 items, but today they were on pretty equal footing because important items were allowed to be in 9. Which is how we ended up with the bow there.
Let's hope our runners actually remembered that fact, because, you know, we've seen situations where the runners, you know, go back and forth, and it's like, wait, can important items be level 9 or not? And of course, it always confuses chat because, well, what it is these flags are based off of the Pentaforce tournament that happened, I want to say 2 years ago, or was that last year?
Within a year.
Yeah, within the year, yeah. So, and it was a very specific flag set that, you know, you had only to find the 5 Triforce pieces and important items being level 9, so you could have a situation where, you know, you had to go into level 9 to get the recorder to go back to level 5 to kill a dig dogger to find the ladder, which then leads to the silver arrows. You know, all sorts of fun.
There's a bomb upgrade for Homer, and why not when you have max money and nothing particularly to buy? Now up to 20 bombs. You know, sometimes you just need to bomb things. Like a Trollhandela. He needed bombed. So Homer is back in level 8. This is at least his 3rd trip into this level 8. Came in here early, got the Triforce, came in here later, got the book. Now back in here to look for the silvers.
Now, if I remember correctly, I think the silver arrows were hidden under a diagonal room staircase.
Well, it wasn't that far away from the actual book room. It's just unfortunately Homer did not get that far.
Yeah, it's one of those you just have to keep going a little bit further. Of course, it looks like Homer J. Smash has forgotten what is under here. That was the book. No, I guess that's not it. No. It was another...
Did you just no Jiggly yourself?
I didn't specifically say no Jiggly. Oh, shoot. Never mind.
Alright, so Homer's still exploring 8. Now Dr. J is in 8. Has the Triforce here, but not the items. So is it possible that Dr. J actually explores this and finds the silvers before going into 9? He would be the first runner we've seen do that.
Yep. So if Homer J needs to keep going here, and was this where it was? No, I want to say no, it wasn't.
There's our unnecessary bait block.
That's pretty good considering we get 2 bait blocks for this seed. Neither one of them are required.
So we got 2 for the price of none.
I'm just saying the Gorilla's meet and greet didn't exactly turn out very well.
Homer J Smash has located the silvers at 1 hour 15 minutes and definitely knows where Ganon and Zelda are, so this should be quick. Although, looks like didn't get the any roads.
It's like, well, it doesn't matter
Well,
anyway.
this works.
I could do one better than everyone else.
Yeah, that worked well. Alright, so this should be a very quick 9 wrap-up for Homer. The only downside is coming in here with only 3 hearts.
Or maybe it's not, because he's going over this way. Wait.
Maybe he's got a transport staircase, because there was one that was not far away.
Oh, you know what? I think he's probably going to try and farm for some health.
That wouldn't be the worst idea. Although he
Or
didn't pick
not.
up the hearts, so...
He'll pick up the
no,
hearts, so
he's
no.
not doing- It's a great
Oh,
theory. I give you props for
He
that.
never went straight up. He never went straight up. He never found Ganon. Because remember, he beelined all the way to the bow.
Yeah, Beeline found both items.
Oh, but here we go. This is, but he finds the way to Zelda. Now the question is he going to bomb to the left, or is he going to go up?
Okay, so didn't have the exploration I thought he did, but found
And
the
look at
harder
that
parts.
almost got the stun lock for a couple seconds. Careful, don't.
Not
Still
many
don't
hearts
wanna-
to play with. Just don't take the Hyrule Driver.
Yep, Ganon hugs are bad hugs. But there we go. He takes down the pig.
Just enough.
Now, here's the question: is he going to go up? Well, okay, so yeah, he's going to go up.
That's a natural play because it's a shutter door. Now, this is unfortunate, but the good news for him is there was actually a couple of paths over to
Gonna go to the
Zelda.
left?
So
Yeah, there we go.
this should still work out pretty well.
Yep, there we have it.
Doesn't work out much more well than that.
And there we go. Homer J Smash finishes.
That is going to be 7th place with a time of 1:17:38. And Dr. J continues to explore level 8. This was the Triforce room. But still in search of what we know is the book and the silver arrows. Oh, apparently our recorded theme was from Earthbound.
Yeah, we didn't really. Unfortunately, we really didn't get a chance to hear it.
The chat can hear it in their hearts. If they care.
If they've ever played Earthbound. And you should play Earthbound. If you like RPGs, you should play Earthbound.
Well, and let's not pretend like YouTube isn't an option either. They can always hear it if they want to know. Here's Troll Handler, hanging out, doing his thing. Being a jerk. Not a chest jerk. Chest jerk's good. But the exploration of 8 continues. Dr. J, the last of our
On
on-streamers,
streamers.
trying to find these silvers.
Check this room out. I think it was all the way over to the right.
I didn't track in that much detail. The book is the first one he will come across, and then hopefully we'll continue the exploration to find the silvers here. And still has the level 9 exploration to do.
That's right, Dr. J hasn't been to level 9 yet, or...
Homer J Smash has joined us here now. GG.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Would it surprise you to know you had the best level 9 we saw?
Well, I guess that's good for something then, because that was some bad play by me. Oh my god.
Nobody else was able to get to the silvers as fast as you did, but then actually what I didn't realize is you were out of there so fast that you hadn't found Zelda 2 rooms away from Ganon.
You mean the bow?
I was talking about Zelda anyways, but...
Yeah, you're talking about Zelda, but I meant like it was the bow that he found. I'm just correcting you on that one, just to be sure that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, it's all good. I had pretty much explored the whole right side of the head, and figured that she was over on the left, and that's why I up and A'd after Ganon, just to... I went in that one room above him just to see if she was over to the left, and when she wasn't, then I knew she'd be over somewhere on the west side of his head.
It's always interesting to see what Pendaforce can do with different routing. You were the only one to have the recorder that we saw, and then you actually made that pay off by having a lot faster path back to 9.
Yeah, that was a good thing, actually. 6 was right below it. I actually got a little confused because I forgot that I didn't have the Triforce out of 5. So I was actually I was trying to whistle to 5, and I was like, "What the heck?" I knew his second quest, it's a little funky, and I was like, "What am I doing wrong?" And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, I don't have that triangle thing out of there. That's why I can't go there."
Meanwhile, we have the silver arrows just found for Dr. J out of level 8.
Yeah, it looks like Dr. J is opting for...
I'm not sure about this Patrick kill.
Oh, it's probably hiding the Triforce. Nope, it's just holding money.
He doesn't need a Triforce, and he already has it out of 8.
Oh.
Really the only thing you could be looking for now would be a heart container, but we never saw
But
Magic
we
Sword.
did see
Unless
the
he
heart...
didn't pick the book up.
He already found the heart container. Oh, that's why. Oh, you know why? He's looking for the bow.
Yeah, he is looking for the bow. I'm just not sure how he missed the book. Everybody else, the book was the first one they found. So I guess just didn't see that staircase?
Ooh, well, there's the one-way passage.
Homer J Smash, any other thoughts on this one?
Nope. I am ready to put this one to bed. Thanks for the restream and tracking and all that.
Alright, well, you had a great level 9, if nothing else. And good effort, good job tonight.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
You too. And hope chat's having fun tonight. We've got the runner links up there. Hope you check these people out. A lot of fine Zelda 1 randomizer competitors. And if you didn't know this, you can follow a game on Twitch, so be sure to follow Zelda 1 as a game on Twitch, and you can always see whoever's streaming under it. Lots of fun that way. I even think that is how I found the Zelda 1 randomizer in the first place, back during the Random Percent tournament.
Yeah, I found the randomizer through a completely... actually, here's the funny thing. I actually already had the randomizer installed on my hard drive, but I completely forgot because I was away from my computer for like 6 months. And then it wasn't until a YouTuber posted a video doing the Zelda 1. That's how I found out about the Zelda 3 randomizer. But then afterwards, he did the Zelda 1 randomizer, and then I ended up actually going to... where was it? Well, then I noticed the Zelda 2 randomizer, and then something to do with Dick Shake, and then all of a sudden, boom, I'm here, and something to do with TGE.
Blaming him?
Yeah, blaming him.
Okay.
I'm like, commentary, watching an old commentary, and it's like, oh wow, these puns are horrible.
There's the book for Dr. J. Now pretty likely to go to 9, I would expect.
And I mean, I joined the Discord, and of course, not being a a speedrunner or a competitive racer or anything like that, and I hung out there. I just sort of I started watching the streams. I believe I started watching when it was the random percent, and then eventually I ended up getting my feet wet with the Pentaforce tournament, and then the rest is history.
Right. Dr. J is nowhere near level 9, so he seems to be looking for other dungeons first. This is, I'm hoping, not a case of missing the flags that important items could be in 9.
Yeah,
'Cause that could get you.
Yeah, that's the thing that can, it trips up the audience. It can trip up the runners. And especially if you're not used to running these flags. I mean, every runner's got their own preferred flag set.
It's also worth noting, when they start, there's a summary page that all the runners are looking at, and we're looking at, and we've got it in the Discord where we can read it, that tells you what the flags are. But the thing is, you almost have to be very, very careful about how you read that.
So, in case you're wondering what happened there's too many boomerangs on screen that the stepladder was unable to be deployed.
See, NES sprite limits. That's why you couldn't get a fully animated Ganon.
You know what? I
They
think they
improvised.
just ran out of time. It's like, fine, we'll make him invisible. We'll just come up with an excuse. He's a wizard. I mean, Ganon is a wizard, but that's beside the point.
He's the wizard who did it.
Well, at least he's.
Did we ever see what was in this staircase?
Yeah, it was a passageway to the rest of level 5.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing special in here, just more.
There was a lot of deaths in that room.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of noping out of that room. That's the thing.
That too. You could nope, you could die. Those were pretty well the options. Till you had the red ring.
You can nope, you can die, but you can never escape my love.
No, Jiggly. Alright, we've got Paul's voice hanging around being a jerk amidst the bubbles. I would have ducked out of the room and seen it if he respawned or if something else did. That's the unneeded Triforce. And these bubbles are really giving Dr. J the business. It's not enough just to get by him. You got to get by him after touching the blue one last.
It was really nice that the flag set only included, Swordless Curse. Because there are 2 other curses that can be added. Our favorite, the Slow Walk, which is really bad. And then there's the even worse Inverted Controls.
So, Amazing Toaster has joined us in chat. He was actually our 8th place finisher not too long ago. Asks, somebody found level 4 and 7? Level 4 was hanging out up around Death Mountain, and then level 7 was candle blocked near Vanilla Star. We had plenty of people find level 4, but we only had one find level 7.
But of course, depending upon who you are, finding level 7 might be something that you might not want to do.
Yeah, well, Redbird's not in this race.
But this is definitely a race for level 7 haters, because not only was level 7 completely useless, but it had arguably one of the worst items in the game. Unless you're like Fury SK.
Yes, what we have is a situation where Dr. J needs to get into level 9. He's just found the white sword here in level 5. And I don't know if he was doing this just because he already had the level location and he wanted to rule it out before going 9. But my concern is that he has missed the flag that important items are allowed to be in 9. Toaster shares with us he did a full clear out of 9. I can assure you, you are not alone.
So now where does Dr. J go?
Hopefully level 9, but it's not looking like
Well,
it
looks
right
like he's headed to
now.
level 9, but just the wrong level 9.
If he does this, he'll find level 4, if he hasn't already.
No, it looks like he's not. Oh, you know what he's checking?
Forgotten spot.
You know what? We've been forgetting it.
Well, we didn't need it. It could be the magic sword, however.
Nope, it's just a take any.
That could lead to him getting the magic sword. He's got a pretty good chance now. 12 hearts, it would take 2 more to guarantee it.
Now he's headed towards vanilla level 9.
Yeah, this is going to take him to level 4, we know.
Or he's going to... Yeah, where he's going. Where are you going?
We did just have Tom J turn in a 9th place finish. That ends up being a 131. This seed could absolutely do that to you, because this took a lot of exploration. Dr. J into level 4.
So, of course, Dr. J has already pulled out the magic key that was in here. And what was the other item? Yeah, the other item is, in fact, the recorder.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Jay didn't already have the Triforce here, but... has to explore for another item here, and then...
Well, this is an item that
Not
he
that many
doesn't
spots
know.
left.
But after this, where is he going to go?
Well, presumably level 1. And when you don't know where to go, level 1 short dungeon with 1 item, and does not have that power bracelet, which would be the item out of 1, so clearly hasn't seen enough exploration there yet. It's just a case of sometimes they aren't cooperating.
And maybe he knows that at level 4 because of this room here.
Well, I mean, if you're only on 3 hearts or something like that, totally reasonable. Drop some bombs, get these guys out of the way. Let's mention a couple of our other runners. Rin 7 has finished in 10th place, 131.
I was going to say, didn't Homer J. Smash take down this room with only 3 hearts?
Well, I'm not him. Kingo also took an 11th place finish with a 132. Just because some people can do it doesn't mean the rest of us have to.
Oh no, I'm just saying though that didn't he? Because that was pretty impressive.
There's the recorder for Dr. J.
Yeah. So, and now Dr. J is probably examining his life choices.
Maybe, if there's a pause, might relook at the flags. It's not a bad idea if you're stuck.
There we go.
Recorder lake check. Is this the magic sword?
No.
Of course not. It was one of the hidden bomb shops, because they were very hidden today.
No. Bombs at start.
But you needed a candle first. That's hidden. Alright, so this is the move to level 1.
Yeah, significantly smaller dungeon. Might as well do it.
So level 4 finished off. Would he not have now? He's got... This is 1. He's got 2, 3, 4 cleared. Get the white sword out of 5. Power bracelet in 6 he does not have.
The power bracelet, actually, it was the wooden boomerang, and he did pick that one up. The power bracelet's
I'm
in
sorry.
this level.
Yes. Yeah,
The
the
other
shape's in Z
crescent-shaped
Helper.
item.
See, I'm using icons as Z Helper instead of written down, so. I think he saw the magic boomerang in 7.
Yeah, he did. In fact, that was
Okay.
like
And
very, very
8's
close to the entrance.
And 8's cleared, so. Yeah, this should be his last one before level 9.
We'll see what happens afterwards, because he might be like, wait, what? I missed something.
Well, after you see this, that's it. Unless somehow he's not seeing like the white sword item, which was a heart, so it'd be hard to tell if he saw that or not. But I think it was kind of hard to miss.
Now, speaking of heart, there's one there.
That's one short of guaranteed max. Yeah, one short. But very high likelihood if he could somehow find it. Nobody else did, and it's got a bunch of hiding places. There's some candle spots we haven't seen, but right now the most likely scenario would be a bomb location up on Death Mountain. So I don't think anybody's going looking for that. Dr. J, in need of bow, is gonna find the power bracelet instead when he gets that far in level 1. Got a 4-headed Gliak hanging around doing his thing. Red Ringy's not quite as threatening. And White Sword to do double the damage with. That's close to full cleared of this one already. He's only missing one other room. Totally on the opposite side of the dungeon, of course, but only one room. Oh, the bull's voice. Just think, all those players in Japan totally had that one over on us, because they could just yell into the second controller. And they say they make games easier for America. I disagree.
Actually, there's certain circumstances where they've made games harder for Americans.
Alright, so, a bunch of Bull's voice in our way for Dr. J. Still needs to locate this elusive item in level 1. It's a key on the floor. That's not what he was looking for, so back to the lonely Bull voice.
Well, there's the Triforce.
I don't think he wanted that, actually,
No.
but it was in his way. So almost a full Triforce, and has to go back into 1 now. And, of course you know what horrible, horrible thing this means to him, right?
Yeah.
That's your setup, you can say it. All the Pole's voice come back. Question in chat, did you read the flag set? I think it's just one of those things that slipped past. I mean, I think, well, I won't say everybody, and I won't even say most people, but I've certainly been there where you thought the flag set said one thing and then you find out it was another.
Yeah, that happens. I mean,
But to be fair, it is like the 6th or 7th line down that yes, important items can be in 9.
now this
weren't
is where the
looking
power
for it.
bracelet was. And with that,
There he goes.
Dr. J has...
Full cleared everything else. Well, I say that. He doesn't have all the hearts.
Can you imagine what it would be like to make a checksum that would check for every single item in the game to be cleared in order to win the game?
If you're going to give Fred ideas, use the appropriate channel on Discord. Alright, Dr. J gonna whistle his troubles away, hopefully. That he faced the wrong way. Okay, so facing left or right controls which direction the recorder goes in, and I thought he did that. Hey, that's guaranteed magical sword if he could find it.
You know what? The magic sword could very well be at the desert location.
Which
You're right. At this point, he must be like, I missed something.
Well, there's only one level left, so
Well, there's
yeah. The only other thing he could be questioning would be the white sword item. That's literally the only thing he could have missed. That's not a 9.
I guess we're last locationing the magic sword then.
I mean, there's a lot of possible spots left. We didn't explore Death Mountain very much.
I think we did see somebody go up to the Death Mountain.
Well, obviously we went up there for level 4, but there's a bunch of caves on Death Mountain. I mean, other than that, I suppose there's some candle spots in the green forest. We
Oh
didn't.
no, Dr. J not having a good warp whistle moment here. Yeah, he's just gonna head over to the level 6 location here. Oh, this location here.
So we have not seen magical sword for anybody. I imagine at this point Dr. J wants it just because you've invested this much time, you want an easier level 9.
Yeah, you can tell that Dr. J is a bit tilted at the moment, having a very difficult time with the screen scroll.
Hey, just because we have runners who make it look free doesn't mean it actually is free.
I've never been able to screen scroll.
In practice, I did pull it off once, but it just... no. So there's level 9. That's where we know Dr. J needs to go. Sadly, he's still looking.
Magic sword!
There we go.
Last location, magic sword.
Was right next to level 9, so at least it was convenient for that. Please go in 9, please go in 9, please go in 9, please go in 9, please go in 9. He's going into 9, thank you.
Yeah, please go right. Please go right. Of course, you're gonna go straight up.
So the only thing I was concerned about is that he was still looking for the white sword item, but
Yeah.
I think at that point it was just he was looking for magic sword because he had enough hearts to guarantee it.
But at this point in time, you know what? You know you're not in a particularly good position. You might as well go for ease.
Fine
And there,
scanning.
fine scanning. Can't do anything there with scanning. So hopefully he goes in the correct, direction. I had to say something.
Well, this will give him the Zelda location. So that's good news. Now, if he'll just go across to the right. Okay.
Yep, keep going
Right
right.
track now, Dr. J. Keep going. And the buyers are up on their HP today, so they're not dropping any bombs for us, the jerks. Another one of the newer features of the Randomizer that came out this year. Oh, hey, we got hints. Newer feature is the different colors for the hearts. So Dr. J using the lighter colors there.
Dr. J, unfortunately, going in the not correct path.
I
Probably
think
going
this
to be
still connects if he keeps going up. Yeah, but he keeps going left, unfortunately. So this is the hunt for the bow. Dr. J has cleared everything, every other item location, down to just the 2 here in 9. Trying to get his sword back.
No.
Might opt to just explore with the wand for now and see if we can find blue balls later. Is
I
this?
believe this was where the red candle was located, or was that down below? Yeah, no, I think this is actually where he needs to be.
Let's see what we have.
Yeah.
Gotta remember those second quest rooms. And that is the red candle, so he's like 2-3 rooms away from the silvers right now.
No, he's one room away, except that's a one-way passage.
So in other words, he has to go through 2 or 3 rooms to get there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well.
Taking care of business with the Wallmasters. Remember, he took the red sword bubble, so does not currently have access to the sword. We'll have to restore that before doing battle with Ganon, but a potion will do.
Don't get grabbed. Don't get grabbed.
And moving on in the right direction.
Yeah, this is where the bow was located.
And Jay has already seen both Ganon and Zelda, so this should be a very quick finish after picking up the bow. Here it comes at the 1 hour 47 minute mark. Go mode!
Or in this case, bow mode. Alright, time to up it and fight Ganon without a sword.
Chat says, let's just say he told the bow exactly how he felt about it. Well, some words are not fit for Twitch chat. That's all I can say about that. Gotta get the sword back here from the blue bubbles. I think he took the second bop either just to be sure or to damage boost past the turrets. Here's Ganon! Or not.
That's
You
a
know,
funny looking Ganon.
Maybe I can just be forgetful. Okay, it's 11:50 at night. It's Pentaforce. I thought these were going to be quick flags. Now, here's Ganon! With Magic Sword, all the health necessary, Dr. J takes the easy approach of just stand still, let Ganon come to you.
There we go. For the last time tonight, we've got bacon.
And again, Zelda just rooms away. That wasn't necessarily the easiest path to get there, but hey, you're going to take the path you found.
Yeah, at this point in time, he'll just be glad to see it all over.
And of course, those walls won't connect because otherwise Ganon wouldn't have been required, and Ganon's required, so they're not allowed to connect. But that is going to be a rescued Zelda. It's going to come in with an SRL time of 1:49:04, and Dr. J is going to be quite happy to have this one wrapped up. Hey, come on, Twitch chat. Let's see some GGs, those of you stuck around. There, now we're talking. Also, let's work in a chance to thank Speed Gaming for hosting us this evening for the Zelda 1 Weekly, and thank you, Chess Jerk, so much for doing the tracking this evening. Follow trackers, people. We need people always willing to track because it makes everything better. And there is Dr. J. Well, the good news is it was a quick trip back to Ganon once you have the bow.
Yeah, there was that, which this siege was just no.
So I assume that was an intentional chasing down the magic sword at the end because you had enough hearts.
That, and there were only like 3 things left, and most of them were recorder accessible, so it's just like, hey, might as well. At this point, that siege was personal.
Fair enough. So were you making the play of looking for items out of 9, or was it a case of that slipped by you when you read it the first time?
I just was assuming the bow wouldn't be in 9, even though important items could have been in there. I just figured it wasn't going to be that bad. Especially when I saw all the Poles voices bouncing around, I figured, all right, well, I'm going to want to have the bow as soon as I can. And the answer was at the end. That's when.
So what do you do to relax after this, and why is it Zelda 2?
Don't tempt me.
Well, anything else you want to share on this one?
No. I mean, that pretty much covered it. I mean, when you find the bow that early, not bow, the wand that early, and that 8 is not really all that hard to at least get the Triforce out of it. You think, then it turns out you're not.
I have no idea what's going on Jiggly's side right now.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear that?
Yes. Any final thoughts tonight, Jiggly?
No, I'm pretty much ready to wrap it up.
I think everybody is. Thank you so much, everybody who stuck this one out tonight. Hope you had fun. We had a show here. It was fun. I need sleep. Good night, everybody.
Good night.